All right, kids, we have another story today to do a devotional, and you can do this at home. All you need is a deck of cards, and I will show you after the devotional what the little trick is here. But for right now, let me show you the story. Not long ago, we had the Easter holiday, and if you remember, what do we think about at Easter? We think about the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. Jesus was put to death on the cross. And then 3 days later, he rose from the dead. And we think about that story, especially at Easter. Hopefully we think about it more than just Easter. But today I want to retell the story with a deck of cards. Let me go ahead and shuffle up the cards just so you see the trick is not a trick, but that the cards are all mixed up. So, one more time. All right, I have a table here, and I'm going to lay the cards down on the table as I tell the story. Jesus was God's one and only Son. He had come to teach people about God's love, but many people didn't believe Jesus or even like him. Jesus came to Jerusalem for the Passover feast, and one evening, Jesus and his 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 disciples ate supper together. It was a special supper, and it would be Jesus' last supper on earth. Jesus and his disciples shared one loaf of bread and one cup of wine. Jesus told his disciples to eat and drink the bread and wine to remember his love. Then Jesus did something surprising. He washed the feet of his disciples to show them how to serve one another. Just think, Jesus washed 24 feet. He had 12 disciples, each have 2 feet, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 feet. Then Jesus told Peter that Peter would say he didn't know Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed in the morning. 1, 2, 3. Jesus took 3 of his disciples to a beautiful garden to pray. But just as Jesus finished praying, mean soldiers came and arrested him. They took Jesus to the home of the high priest. Peter watched them from far away. People asked Peter if he knew Jesus, and 3 times, 1, 2, 3, he said he didn't know Jesus. Then the people who didn't like Jesus wanted him dead. On that one day, they hung Jesus on a cross until he died. God's one and only Son was dead. That's all the cards. And Jesus' disciples felt sad and all mixed up. So let's mix the cards. Then what happened next? They watched from afar as the soldiers came and put Jesus in a tomb. So let's put all the cards in the tomb. And what happened next? Did Jesus stay dead? Bible tells us that something happened. Let me come around here so you can see a little better. Here's the cards, and watch what happened. Where do we get our life at? We get our life from our heart, right? Our heart beats, and blood goes through our veins and through our body, and we live. And how long did we say that Jesus was in the tomb? Anybody remember? Call it out if you know it. That's right, 3 days. So let's see what happened here as, look at that. Jesus is risen from the dead. I think our image may be backwards, but there's the 3 of hearts. So Jesus was raised from the dead on the 3rd day. Even though things were all mixed up, even though his disciples shuffled the deck and ran away, Jesus was raised 3 days later. And we remember that at Easter, and hopefully we remember that each day as we live and we celebrate Jesus' resurrection, because we too can be resurrected just like Jesus was. Since he has power over death, we too have power over death. So you can share that with your parents. I'll show you the trick here in just a moment. All right, the trick to this is that you take your 3 of hearts and you put it in your box before you take the cards out. Remember at the beginning of the story, I had all these cards, and I shared, in the story we'll share 51 cards when you count them out. And then on the back of your box, you cut a hole in the back of the box. So once you tell the story, you don't let them see, but once you tell the story, you turn your hole around and you begin to push up through your hole, and your 3 pops up. Jesus rising from the dead, as we told in this story. Hope you enjoy playing that trick on your friends and your relatives. Have a good day.